Hi guys, and welcome to today's video on conversion of units for the general maths course. It's really good to see you. My name is Darren, and yes, MaffsGuru, head over to Maffs, head over to my website for MaffsGuru.com if you would, and sign up there. It's got all the videos sorted by textbook with downloadable notes and exam questions. Otherwise, head over to YouTube and subscribe if you would. Never going to be rich and certainly never going to be famous, but your support really does mean the world to me. All right, learning objectives. Know what the main units are for length, mass, and time. These are really important, and believe it or not, we use them all the time, probably without even thinking about it. And later on, there are going to be videos on speed and distance and time that are actually going to be really, really funky, but quite important you understand how to do this. What is also important is, can you convert between the units of length, area, and volume? For example, if I told you to list all the different ways we can do length, could you? What would you come up with? Well, there's probably a lot more than you know, but we're going to deal with four main ones. Now, we've so far dealt in this series of videos with order of operations, directed numbers, powers, and we've dealt with approximations, decimal places, and significant figures. These videos are a foundation for the rest of the course. Being able to round to decimal places, understand what powers are, add and subtract negative numbers, and to do it in the right order is going to be critical to your success. And the more you practice, I promise you, the better you're going to be. So let me ask you the question. We can't always measure everything in the things that comes to mind. So would we measure the height of a building in centimeters? Probably not. Would we measure the weight of an elephant in grams? Probably not. Would we measure the time it takes to fly from Melbourne to London in seconds? We could, but probably not the most sensible unit to use. Okay, so what would we measure the height of a building in? Kilometers? Probably not. Most likely in this situation that we would measure the height in meters. Weight of an elephant, grams? Probably not. Kilograms? Possibly. Tons? More likely. So for example, we could measure that in tons. What about the time it takes me to fly in seconds? Probably not. Minutes? Probably not. More likely to use something like hours to be able to measure the time it's going to take me to fly from here to London, which I can't at the moment because of COVID, so I can't see my family, but hey, never mind, at least they can watch these videos. They don't watch these videos. So here are the main units of measurement. So what I got this from was a Wikipedia. Oh, I just love Wikipedia. And basically we've got quantities like time, length, mass. So these are the ones we're going to deal with the most. Time of something, the length of something, and the mass of something, but there's also electric current, thermodynamic temperature, amount of a substance, moles, and luminous intensity. A lot of these like candela. So when we talk about the candescence of something, it's talking about some sort of the light and how much light it's throwing. Now these are called SI units, all right? And if you see the word SI units, it's just that someone somewhere has decided, let's have a universally agreed level of units that we can use. And as I say, the ones we're going to use are seconds, meters, and kilograms. Now you've got to be able to learn to convert between millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. And it basically is relatively simple if you can remember it. If not, put it in your summary book. So I'm going to write them as millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. And the first question is, if I want to go from kilometers to meters, what do? Well, I know there's 1,000 kilometers. No, there's not. There's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So if I times by 1,000, I can go from kilometers to meters. How many centimeters are there in a meter? There are in fact 100. And how many millimeters are there in a centimeter? There are 10. If you're ever not ever sure with that one, grab a ruler and just count how many little millimeters there are in a centimeter. Now, if I go this way and I multiply, then to reverse and I go that way, I'm going to divide, but by the same amount. So in this situation, millimeters to centimeters, I divide by 10. Centimeters to meters, I divide by 100. And meters to kilometers, I divide by 1,000. And seriously, put that in your summary book. Life is good. If you can remember it, even better. What about converting units of area? Well, area is basically dealt with length. So if we were looking at this, that's the length of a line. If I now turn it into something like this, then the chances are the space held inside it is the area. And so converting between millimeters squared to centimeters squared to meters squared to kilometers squared is actually a pretty funky thing. Because again, we're going to do millimeters, we've got centimeters, we've got meters, and we've got kilometers. Now we know that if I go from kilometers to meters, I normally times by 1,000. But that's for a length. And a length is one-dimensional. Is area one-dimensional? No, because it's got this dimension and that dimension. So when we actually expand something, we're expanding it by a factor of 1,000 that way and a factor of 1,000 that way. If we were going from kilometers squared to meters squared. So I'm going to firstly make sure I put the squares there because that would make a lot more sense. And so because I'm timesing by 1,000 that way and timesing by 1,000 that way, I times by, he says going backwards, sorry about that guys. I times by 1,000 squared. So that's times by 1,000 times by 1,000. What about this? Do you remember how to go from meters squared to centimeters squared? Yep, there's 100 centimeters in a meter, but because I'm doing area, I'm going to do times by 100 squared. Now that just means times by 100 and times by 100 again. Likewise here, ordinarily times by 10, but because it's area, I'm going to times by 10 squared. And if I go upwards by timesing, I go downwards by dividing. So in this situation, that's going to be divide by 10 squared. This one here is going to be divide by 10 cubed. And this, try that one again, 100 squared. And this one here is going to be divided by 1,000 squared. The reason I said cubed is because guess what's coming next? Volume. Same idea. So again, put this into your summary book and just use the calculator. I'm going to give some examples in just a moment. And then converting units of volume. Well, this is a length. This here is an area in 2 dimensions. And so a volume has indeed 3 dimensions. This way, and this way. And so if I'm going to change from kilometers to meters, or kilometers cubed in this case, to meters cubed, then guess what I'm going to do? So I've got millimeters cubed, I've got centimeters cubed, I've got meters cubed, and I've got kilometers cubed. Now, to go from here to here, normally I times by 1,000 for 1 dimension, but I'm dealing with 3 dimensions, so I'm going to times by 1,000 cubed. This one here, I would normally times by 100, so that's going to be times 100 cubed, and this one here, times by 10, and that's times by 10 cubed. And we know that when we come the other way down, we just divide by the same value. So that's 10 cubed. I'm going to divide here by 100 cubed, nearly did the same thing there, and divide by 1,000 cubed. And that basically is it. Now I always remember here, as I say, that this is 1-dimensional, this is 2-dimensional, this is 3-dimensional, and that's how I know to put the floaty 3, the floaty 2, or just leave it as the number. Okay, there are other important conversions that I would just put these in your summary book. Remember them if you can, or just know that they're there. So to go from 1 kiloliter, or 1 kiloliter, is the same as 1,000 liters. So if I had something that was 2,000 liters, for example, I would divide that by 1,000, and that would give me that I would have 2 kiloliters. So that's 1, what else? 1 litre is 1,000 milliliter. This one here is used ever such a lot. So again, if I had 5,000 milliliters, if I divide that by 1,000, I get 5 litres of fluid. 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. Yes, 1 ton, T-O-N-N-E. Very different from 1 T-O-N. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams and 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. So again, there are ways to convert here that will be helpful to you. So let's do some examples. We've got 2 slides of examples and then this video is done. So convert these measurements into the units given in brackets. So 5.2 kilometers into meters. How do we do it? So we had let's see, I remember we had kilometers and we had meters, and I remember that I times it by 1,000. Is it a length of area or a volume? Well, it's a length, so in which case I don't have to worry about any of that floaty stuff. So in which case I'm just going to multiply that by 1,000. How? Well, multiplying by 1,000, you just jump the decimal point 3 places. Why? Because I've got 3 zeros. And so if I have, he says, doing my working out, 5.2, I'm going to jump it 1, 2, 3 places. There's a 0 and a 0, which gives me 5,200 meters. Now, of course, you can do this on your calculator just by typing it in. Perfectly acceptable. All right, now let's do an example of from centimeters squared to meters squared. So I've got 339 centimeters squared, and I want to go from centimeters to meters squared. And I remember that this way round is divide I know there's 100 centimeters in a meter, but because it's got a centimeter squared, I'm going to divide by 100 and then divide by 100 again. So in this situation, I'm going to divide by 100. How do I do that? I bounce the decimal point 2 places to the left. So I've got 339. There's my decimal point, bounce it 2 places. That gives me 3.39. But then I have to divide by 100 again because I've squared. I've got to do it twice. And again, bounce it 2 places. There's my decimal point. There's a 0. So I get 0.0339. And I have to put the 0 in front there. And that now is in meters squared. Again, possibly easier to do with your calculator, but I'm showing you it by hand to make it easy. But otherwise, I would just put into my calculator 339 divided by 100, divide by 100, hit enter, and it's done for you. And 9.75 centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed. So let's just see if we can remember how to do that. So I've got millimeters to centimeters. This is volume. I know I'm going from centimeters to millimeters. I'm going the other way around, so that's good. That's a times by 10, but I'm doing volume, so it's a floaty 3. So I've got 9.75, which I'm going to times by 10, and times by 10 again. How do I do that? Well, I move my decimal point 3 places. So it was 9.75, 1, 2, 3. Put a 0 in there, get rid of that decimal point, gives me that 9.75 centimeters cubed is the same as 9750 millimeters cubed. Woo! And the crowd goes crazy. Now, you may have to do intermediate steps to be able to do this. And this is where it gets freaking funky because there's lots and lots of calculations. So, for example, if I've got 40,000 centimeters and I'm trying to go to kilometers, well, I know that I've got centimeters to meters to kilometers. So I've got to do an intermediate step here. So centimeters to meters, I divide by 10. Meters to kilometers, I divide by 100. So in this situation, I'm going to do 40,000 divided by 10 and divided by 100, which again means I'm moving my decimal point 1 place to the left and then another 2 places to the left. So I'm going to move my decimal point 3 places that way. So let me see what that becomes. So I've got 40,000. Let's do my working out over here. Here's my decimal point, 1, 2, 3. It ends up there. So that's going to give me 40 kilometers because the decimal point is going to fall between the 40.000 and they all go. Yay! Right, what about kilometers squared to centimeters squared? All right, well, again, I've got to go through here. So that's going to be times by 100 squared. And this is going to be times by 10 squared. Oh, you put it by the arrow. So that's going to be times by 10 squared. Woof! So I've got 0.00022. And I went from kilometers squared to centimeters squared. So I'm going to times by 100 and times by 100. That's the squared. And then I'm going to times by 10 and times by 10. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, which means I'm going to move my decimal point that way 6 places. We can do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to bounce over nothing, which is going to give me 220 centimeters squared. Okay, what about 0.8 meters cubed to millimeters cubed? Well, I'm going to get rid of this. Sorry guys if you're doing the working out, but the whole point is you can print out these notes and add this stuff all in wherever you need to, right? So I think it doesn't really print very nicely on an A4, but there's lots of space above and below that you can add stuff. So I'm going to go from meters cubed to centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed. Right, so we're going from meters cubed to millimeters cubed. There we go. So we're going to go that way and that way. Yep, so meters to centimeters is times by 100, but with a floaty 3, times by 10 with a floaty 3. All right, so we've got 0.08 times by 100, times by 100, times by 100, and then times by 10, times by 10, and times by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decimal places. I've got to move it that way 9 times. 0.08, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0, which gives me 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. So 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros in millimeters cubed. Flipping big number, yeah? And believe it or not, that is it. Now again, go and practice this stuff. Find some questions. There's questions in the textbook if you're using the Cambridge series. And try and get this stuff absolutely sorted in your head. Fingers crossed it's been helpful. If you can, head over and subscribe up to my YouTube channel. Greatly appreciated. MaffsGuru.com is there for you to download the notes and to watch the videos in structure and order. And you can also search the videos. But otherwise, I'm done. Hopefully, I'll see you again. It's been good. Hopefully, you're staying safe in these crazy times. But, yep. I'm signing off. Take care, guys. See you again. Bye-bye.